Welcome to our 10th pre-match press conference. And we have with us today head coach Juan Ferrando and midfielder Princeton Rebello. The same rules apply. If you have a question, please use the raise hand option and we'll come to you. Please let us know which publication you're from and to whom the question is directed to. For the first two questions, we'll take questions for Princeton and then we'll head to the coach. Anyone has a question, please do raise your hands. The floor is now open to questions. Flavio, I see your hand raised.
Yes. Hi, Princeton. Hi, coach. Princeton, you have been involved in 8 matches now. How do you feel your progress till now, and in which areas do you think you can improve further?
For me, the most important thing is to play. For me, whenever I go in, I give my best, and as coach will it to me, so it's my duty and my job to go and play for the team, and most importantly, help in whatever I can, and I think I should improve. And the coach is helping me to improve day by day, and it's.
Yeah, thanks.
Anyone else has a question? Please do raise your hand. I don't see any questions right now. Princeton, a question from us. Princeton, how do you feel your first season is going on so far? You have your first start. You have made a number of appearances. How confident are you going ahead?
For me, it is very important, as I said, to play. Whatever it is, whatever match time I get, I have to play, and I feel like I'm moving in the right direction, and the coach, the management is helping me, and they believe in me, especially the coach. He trusts me. That's why I'm going in. And for me, it is very important to play as many matches as possible and gain that experience for the future. And I hope I play in the coming matches and do well.
Thank you, Preston. We'll take questions for the coach now. Anyone has a question? Coach, a question from us is basically you have East Bengal coming up, and they have hit the correct notes just ahead of a game. They had just recorded the first victory, 3-1 victory over Odisha. What do you think of the challenge ahead?
It's normal now. It's sure in this dressing room they are happy. The emotions and the feelings are better than the last weeks because 1-3-1 is a good score. The new players and the squad now maybe more confidence in their style, and okay, it's difficult because it's necessary to control about these emotions. It's very important to be ready and put focus in our way, in our team, because for us the most important is to get 3 points.
Thank you, coach. Flavio, you have a question?
Yes,
apologies, Flavio, we can't hear you. Your voice is breaking. Can you say it once more?
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead one more time.
Coach, you have been in a familiar position.
Flavio, sorry, but it's very difficult.
I think Flavio has dropped off. I have a question. I think we've got a question from Shantan.
Yes, I have a question for Coach. Happy New Year, Coach.
Thank you.
So my question is, after the victories that you guys have managed in the last 2 matches, what is the condition of the team before the East Bengal match?
At the end, this league is so strange because it's very important to control the details because every game is totally different. More or less, we have one plan, but sometimes it's necessary to change the plan in every game because there are some points it's very difficult to control, But of course, for me, the very important is, okay, we won the last 2 games in the last minutes. Of course, we are happy to get the 3 points, but it's very important to control some details in games, because for us at the end, the most important is to take good score in 90 minutes, not only in the last minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Anyone else has a question? Flavio, you want to have a go again, please?
Yes. Coach, you have been in a familiar position. 2 matches. After winning 2 matches, you suffered 2 defeats. So, are you looking at consistency a bit more from the team right now at this stage?
Well, it's difficult, because you know, it's every game. It's totally different. When you play, for example, against Hyderabad, it's totally different when play against East Bengal. It's different plans, you know. At the end, it's there are one details are very important, is when, for example, in the schedule you have 2 games, don't have a lot of consecutive. For example, in today's Wednesday on Saturday or Wednesday on Sunday, don't have a lot of time to prepare the games, and in this case, it's difficult for us to control some details, you know. Of course, we want to improve every game. We want to improve in every training, but sometimes it's difficult because the schedule is so close, it's so difficult, and it's necessary to only thinking in details, knowing all the plan on all the way, you know.
Right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Srivats.
Yeah, good afternoon, Srivatsaya from IFTWC. So, Coach, tomorrow is your opponent East Bengal, but tactically looking at them, they have been seen playing with the high backline. So, do you think it will be an advantage to your team as your forwards and wingers have been very specialized to make pacey runs behind the opponent's defend and score goals?
Okay, we need to control, because tomorrow for East Bengal, 19%. The team will be in a different floor, in different emotions, you know. It's very important to control about this, because for example, 2 weeks ago, the right back and left back, when they decide to go in attack, sometimes they have more pressure, because if we lose, it's a lot of transitions. Now, sure, after 2 days, they are more happy, and they are not afraid or not scared about the attack. So we need to control, because tomorrow, sure, we will play our new team, you know. More or less, you understand about new team is like the feelings, about emotions, about some points.
And Coach, how do you share your thoughts on performance of Ishan Pandita? He came in and scored a goal.
Okay, Ishan, he is working. I know that press conference, I told the same. We need to protect Ishan. He is learning. It's the first time to play in the first division in Indian Super League, and we need to help to explain about timing of the press, timing of the spaces. It's necessary to work a lot of details. Of course, Ishan is good because, for example, in set pieces, he's strong, he's good in attack, but they need to learn. We need to protect them, to working, and then step by step, sure, we will have more opportunities, but it's necessary not crazy about to put him immediately, because and then maybe it's not good for him, and it's a lot of pressure, and step by step, he's learning, he's working hard. I'm very happy because he's working hard, and then step by step, keep calm.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck for the game.
Thank you.
Thank you, Srivats. Marcus, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Coach. The transfer window has just opened. FC Goa is one of the only team who have only 6 foreign players. What are the advantages and disadvantages of having 6 foreign players? And would you look for any reinforcements in the transfer window, either foreign or domestic players?
Okay. There are one target, you know. The target of Goa is, of course, will be in playoff, but the second target is help the reserve team, help the young players, like Princeton today, like Gamma, like for us is very important. Okay. Our mentality is step by step to promote the young players. The second target, okay, maybe in the next season is reduce the foreign players. why now you can put more foreign players. In the third point, it's very important. When one player decides to come to Goa, like Igor, Alberto, Ortiz, Ivan, or James, it's not only for come here to help the team and to work in the playing the game, and no, it's necessary to, like a teacher. Okay, they have two jobs, like players and like a teacher, because it's very important when they decide to come here to help the players. For us, it's the most important. No find foreign player only to play. It's necessary to come here and to help the young players. It's difficult. It's difficult to find one player like thinking in himself, thinking in the young players.
Thank you. Can I ask a question to Princeton, please?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, Princeton, you are one of the players who have come up through the development team. You have seen the standard that FC Goa have set. I know sometimes it's difficult for you to break into the team because of Lenny. You have been tried in other positions as well. How do you look at yourself as far as this season is concerned? Do you believe everybody is yet to see the best of you?
Yeah, definitely, because I believe in myself and even the whole management, the coach and everyone. So for me, it is very important to take as much as playing time as possible and gain as much as experience, because I should learn and I'm doing it. And for me, like every training is very important because I get a lot to learn. And the foreign players, the players in my position, they tell me a lot. They make me understand where to go, where to not. So for me, it's very important to gain that experience as much as I could and implement in the matches. And yeah, I'm hoping for the best because I believe it will come soon. And yes.
Princeton, the coach spoke about the foreign players not just playing but also developing the young players. Away from the training field, do you spend time with the foreign players, and who has helped you the most?
Like to be honest, all the foreign players, they keep backing all the Indian players, and especially for me, Edu, Alberto Noguera, Ivan, James, everyone, like literally everyone, they all are behind me they support me in every way possible, and they just tell me to be focused and be patient for your time. So that's the important thing, to be patient and wait for the right opportunity.
Okay, all the best to you, Princeton.
Thank you.
Thank you, Princeton. Thank you, Marcus. Nikolai?
Yeah. My question is for Juan. Hi, Juan. Greetings of the new year and belated birthday wishes again. My question is about East Bengal, is that they've only claimed one win this season, but in all their games so far, they have displayed flashes of brilliance. So what about, I know you must have studied East Bengal a lot. So I would like to ask you, what about East Bengal has impressed you the most?
Now, okay. There are 2 points. Firstly, it's with the new players, it's more compact, okay, and I think it has more quality than the last 3-4 games. The second point is about the confidence. When now a lot sure 2 weeks ago there was more pressure because thinking about we are in the last positions. When you have 3 points and when you won 3-1. The emotions, the dressing room, it's different. Now, sure, against East Bengal, we have a problem because for East Bengal tomorrow, the game is like without stress, without the pressure. It's like a new opportunity, and it's very important to control about this because when the players have not pressure in the pitch, they are playing good, they are play well, and they enjoy the game.
Thank you, coach. All the best for tomorrow.
Thank you.
If anybody else has a question, do raise your hands. Yeah, Marcus, please. Marcus?
Coach, if you look at the ISL standings right now, Mumbai and ATK Mohun Bagan, they have got quite a big lead over the other teams. So if you look, if you analyze all the teams, do you believe the other 2 spots, assuming that Mumbai and ATK Mohun Bagan can finish in the top 4, do you think the other 2 spots can be taken up by any of the other teams?
Okay. ATK, for example, in my opinion, is in the first position because I played together 3 years, more or less. The team is very compact. Mumbai, okay, it's Mumbai, but 7 players and the head coach was in the same team the last season. And then it's 2 positions will be difficult because exists Bengaluru. Don't forget it. This team is a strong team, and to play together 3 years. Exists Hyderabad. For me, it's I can pay attention about this team. And then Sport. You know, there are 3 teams for 2 places. You know, it's difficult, but okay. At the end, it's game by game. I believe 100% in my team, in my squad, and then it's very important to prepare good the games and be concentration in 90 minutes because, for example, you can watch yesterday Hyderabad in 20 minutes changed totally the game, and at the end won 1-4. This score, for example, for Chennai is difficult to participate in playoff because Hyderabad in the goal average now it's so good for Hyderabad.
Thank you. Princeton, how do you motivate yourself, especially when you don't get a chance to play in the starting 11? So what goes through your mind? How do you convince yourself?
Like for me, it is very important to be patient. Like I know, like I train myself. I give my 100% in the training. So for me, it is very important to be calm and wait for the right opportunity. And like it is very difficult to be, but definitely the time comes. So it is very important to be patient and to believe in yourself.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, coach. Anybody else? Yeah, Srivats has a question.
Yeah, coach. So the 5 substitution rule was brought in this year due to pandemic situation. So do you think it has been useful for not only your team but also other teams? Like a player comes in and turns the game around. So what are your thoughts on it?
Because at the end we have a one plan, and depend of the score, we need to prepare another plan B. In this case, you can use some players or not. This is the pen of the plan and the plan of the moment. For example, in the against Hyderabad, you can watch the game. For example, there was a lot of space behind the midfielders about Joao Victor and the O'Day and the center back. In this case, it's good to play with 1 number 10 and 2 number 9s. But against, for example, Sport, there are a lot of space between left back and their left winger. In this case, we use Rivendra because it's more explosive. It's more depend of the game. You can use a different plane, you know, or depend of the moment. It's so very important to watch the game, to take a decision, good decisions, and the end to execute this plan.
Thank you, coach.
Thank you, coach. Mohak Arora.
Hi, Mohak this side from Parimatch News. Hello, coach. I have a question for you. So, how are you preparing to deal with the attacking threat of Magoma, Pilkington, and Bright in the next game?
Yeah, it's necessary to pay attention because no only Magoma, I have no new single player with antibodies because I watched him in Athens. They very good quality players. In my opinion, game by game, East Bengal will be more compact. It's very important to control the spaces because these players, when receive and in front of them, in front of him, there are a lot of space. It's so dangerous players, you know. It's very important to control about the spaces. It's very important the timings. Of course, it's very important not exist 1 against 1 because in dribblings they are good. They are good players.
Thank you, coach. All the best for the game.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, coach. Okay, we'll end this with a final question from my side. Coach, you have this year, played a number of youngsters like Princeton. You have trusted in Iban. You have trusted Devendra for minutes. We have seen Makan also come on for the minutes. How tough is it now with results also a key factor? How challenging is it to get the young guns going, trusting in them? And are we yet to see the best of Princeton Rebello?
At the end, for me, it's okay. I trust him because, of course, when I use the players, it's because you trust in these players, you know. But of course, we need to work more. For me, it was good if, for example, in pre-season you have 2 months, we can work a lot with them. Now it's difficult because sometimes I working with Princeton or with maybe with Sanson or Gamma or Devendra in games with stress, and this is not good, you know. But this is the challenge for us to continue help the players, to use the players. Of course, there are a lot of pressure because we want to get 3 points, but at the end, the most important is to continue working, to believe in reserve team, to believe in there, and step by step, I hope to improve more.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everyone, for joining. If anybody has a question, do raise their hands, or we'll bring this press conference to an end. I don't see any hand raised. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Princeton, for joining us. Thank you, and wish everyone here a very happy New Year.